Okay, stop stroking your cat and put the dog lead down. This is an epic XRP video. I have got some breaking news that FYI, no one else has broke yet on YouTube. This is crazy. We're going deep into XRP treasuries, what the crazy news is, and more importantly, the price that I think is about to skyrocket in the next 10 days. This is the video you simply cannot afford to miss. So go ahead, hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Remember, every day we break down XRP as well as the broader crypto market, keeping your portfolio absolutely cooking. And by the way, it must be freaking cooking right now if you've been listening to my channel. Anyway, with that being said, let's get into this insanely bullish XRP video. Now, it isn't often I start here, but I thought it was worthwhile. XRP sitting around $3.24 at the point of which I recorded this video, but look at those gains over the total time. In fact, if you look at the last year as an example, XRP is up 458%. Now, what you could note here, market cap around 192 billion and the volume at $5.46 billion. We are in a weekend. That's a pretty good news story. And in fact, you can see a number of key things going on, particularly the debate around big institutional investment, the Middle East, and more importantly, what's going on. Now, we're going to break some key things down, so you're going to have to stick with me. But my opinion, XRP is set for a pretty strong move. Take the last 7 days, for example, a very nice uptrend and up nearly 16.5%. And I absolutely expect XRP to continue going up to the upside as all of this news is starting to come out. Now, think about this. When we saw Bitcoin move and we've seen Ethereum move, it's all been driven by one thing, institutional adoption, which basically brings the FOMO buying in. People don't want to miss out on the next big move. Now, the reality here is XRP moved based on a few factors. The fact that the SEC case was dropped and that basically now XRP can just trade as normal. You could almost argue and say, well, if XRP was never involved with the SEC, we'd probably be around $3. Therefore, the actual bull market and move for XRP, in my opinion, is yet to come. And I'm not on my own at thinking this. The fact that XRP whales accumulated a further 50 million XRP, that's about $150 million over the course of the last 48 hours, should tell you that something is brewing. And that something is this. Major investments are coming to XRP. And we're going to dive a little bit deeper into what this is. But digital asset investment management firm Digital Wealth, now partnering with DWP Management, has now raised approximately $200 million in capital to buy into XRP. This is actually $100 million more than they originally set out to do. This looks like it's going to be coming in the next few weeks, aligned with one other, and we'll talk about that in just a minute. But according to the company's statement, all in-kind contributions made today have been made with XRP. They are going big on XRP treasury, and for very good reason. It's going to absolutely change the way global payments are talked about. It's going to change the way global infrastructure is done. And once we get this Ripple license, it's going to absolutely fundamentally change the price of XRP, which is bullish. And I guess we're here for the tech, but show me a $12 XRP, baby, and I'm here for the money. So that's the first announcement of, I believe, many. The bigger one, though, is this. A company listed in the US for the first time announced that it will purchase a large amount of Ripple, i.e. XRP, shares. This is a big move. Vivo Power. Now, we actually broke this on the channel when it came out, but there is a little bit more to this that we need to understand. So Vivo Power are going to come in and actually are going to be chucking in around $100 million in Ripple shares, as well as buying XRP as well, which is kind of crazy. And by the way, just for FYI, they announced this news and their share price rose by 10%. Now, think about who's buying particular stocks in this asset. You can absolutely get and allow yourself to understand that, well, there's a big desire from Wall Street to get involved in this. So much so, by the way, Vivo Power actually have it as the most bullish news they've got for today, the XRP treasury strategy. And this is coming. This is a shift and reflects the company's move towards building long-term digital reserves under NASDAQ rules. So they are going to buy big. They're going to continue to buy, and this is actually going to get even bigger. Now, you may be thinking, all right, 2bit, well, this is great. Like, you normally talk about this sort of stuff. Why is this so important? Well, first and foremost, we have to understand who is invested in Vivo Power. And the answer is the Saudi government. In fact, the Saudi prince himself has actually successfully completed over $121 million capital in this. In fact, Prince Abdullah bin Tuzuk bin Tal Al Saub, I mean, I've absolutely butchered that. Let's just be honest. He is an investor in Vivo Power, and he therefore is an investor in XRP. And in fact, we actually see a further 1,600 electric vehicles have been agreed to a value of around $85 million, which has been designed and, more importantly, funded by the Saudi government. This, in my opinion, is the way of the Saudis getting into XRP. And people say, "2bit, you're full of shit. What are you talking about?" Ask yourself this question. Why Vivo Power? Why is it now additionally putting more money into Ripple shares? And why have they just agreed a 1,600 electric vehicle utility on the back of this $85 million? Well, the answer is quite plain and simply this: a global wave of tokenization. This is actually on the Ripple Digital Insight on tokenization. And look who is investing: North America and Europe, Latin America, Southeast Asia, and the Middle East. The growth of tokenized real estate is driven by forward-thinking regulators like that of Dubai. And actually, we know based on Trump's visit, well, the UAE, as well as Saudi Arabia and many others, they want in, and they want in on these big capital markets, and they want in on this tokenization. We're actually going to see a ton of this. And in my opinion, you're going to start to see it being built over on XRPL as well. So if you weren't bullish enough on XRP, I don't simply know what to tell you, but I know people put in my videos and they put, oh, the price isn't moving. Watch out, because I think XRP is going to do what it did before. The Ripple case brought us to $3. This is crazy news. Aligned to, if you haven't seen my video about an IPO yesterday, you should go and check that as well. These are the fundamental things that are going to drive this price to prices that I believe people are simply not going to realize. And more importantly, all those people that said it were going to freaking zero, I'll see you at the top. Anyway, more exciting news to come. Don't forget, we break down the markets every day, keeping you posted on what's going on. And if you enjoy that kind of thing, hit the like and subscribe button. It costs you nothing, and we keep you updated. And that before your portfolio should absolutely be skyrocketing. Right, within that, I'll catch you in the next one. Bye-bye.